Okay, so that was the boys after and as the supporters after the match stadium hall. Now I told you said there's one thing which is really shocking. Yesterday, a snippet, of course, where Ubiaka said that should have been a penalty. And I told you so because of copyright. Anyhow, FIFA is handling the whole World Cup and view rights into me issue. But actually, the whole screen so if BBC or say, I think that's a penalty. Concert takes a huge risk. His feet are off the floor, and when he comes flying in and he gets the man, not the ball. This was from Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney, England for one of our national team, our former national team players. Oh no, this same etu just say, yeah, kind of cry. And then that match in the course, so even though England possessed much of the ball in terms of possession, yeah, they did very well. The Ukraine say the instance are now a kunsa. On a Ghanaian player no eba they came into close proximity during the time and now person channel that instance ne there no crane baako it should have been your friend is saying a straight up your friend is saying penalty. Now there's been many reactions to the extent say me no ka say Ghana coach Kraba Bekasa say o believe say in the VAR no yesterday the VAR was on break and I said the VAR was not working because if this was a huge penalty, how did the referee even miss it in the first place? You made the car a year in some okay, you question in some CBS Sports or Moody 2 concern this particular issue, arguing that this should have been a penalty. Babaka, a year Ghana's coach on Babaka, interview Babaka.
I am not surprised this was not given as a penalty in this game. Okay, so if we would be talking about our regular competitions and what we cover on Serie A and particularly what we see in Premier League, etc., this is being given in our domestic game. Now, what we've seen over this World Cup, and that's really where we kind of have to balance it, is what are the officials being given in the direction and the guidance as to what should and should not be given. Now we can put this into a pattern of clips. So when we talk about Scotland, right, they had 2 penalty decisions, not given that a lot of material impact on it, right? Gosh, sorry, I'm trying to drive from the top of my head. But there's a bunch of consistent contacts that are happening that are not being given. And you can then see that the threshold for VAR is do not give them unless it's so significant and so clear that everyone would think that you're crazy, right? For a certain reason. And I'm going to bring in back again.
Okay, so that's exactly what ASR sports analysts we are or US working with CBS company or US or the Tuja. Now Ghana's coach Ababe Kasa Oche said that was a penalty. In fact, 2 instances or this should have been a penalty. Interview Babaka
VAR still working in the World Cup. We still have VAR. Is working. I have some doubts about that because another penalty that they need give to Ghana, clear penalty. VAR went for a coffee and it's natural. I would like them also take my coffees once in a while. But it was a clear penalty. Clear penalty, red card. You have any doubts about that? You guys that you saw the game have any doubts about that? Or is only me that I was in the game? Sorry for my sarcasm, but if I say this, I'm not sure. VAR still working in the World Cup. We still have VAR. Is working. I have some doubts about that because another penalty that they need give to Ghana, clear penalty. VAR went for a coffee and it's natural. I would like them also take my coffees once in a while. But it was a clear penalty. Clear penalty, red card. You have any doubts about that?
Okay, so that is the coach, Ghana's coach, that was a clear penalty. Now, far from that, too, even the sports analysts on Sky Sports, BBC Sports, and many sports analysts, and even former footballers, and even most of England for footballers, they were saying that this was a clear penalty. The referee should have awarded a penalty and even a possible red card on 2 instances. One was involving their England's goalkeeper, and one involved Kunsa. Now, you could see the take of this particular man, what he said on Sky Sports and what UK said. That should have been a penalty for Ghana.
They have the same problems against Panama, and I think they have the right selection, and they'll work it out. And England are fine. Like, there was an overreaction when you see Spain in the first game, and England are a good team and one of the favourites still.
Yeah, we want to get you on something that we all had a chat about earlier about the penalty that could have or should have it been given to Ghana. What's your take on it?
Yeah, I think it was a penalty. It's funny because what happens when there's that anxiousness to score a goal, you lose your discipline, you lose your shape. And that was probably one of the only times in the game where England they were going a bit gung-ho. You could see Thomas on the sidelines going mad because you have to have good structure behind the game. And England were lucky there because that was the only transition that they conceded in the game.
Okay, so one of the things everyone is really applauding Ghana for in terms of yesterday's match is the discipline. The discipline yesterday was really top notch. Now, going against England, which houses the English Premier League and houses the best players, one of the best players in the world, is very difficult. Mind you, we check FIFA rankings now. England at the number 4. Ghana that 72. Now Ghana that 72nd position. Recently, World Cup here nearby 63rd. So we really can't compete head on head with them. We share the likes of players of Muyi Epia. In fact, last minute, Saka by Saka injury now. Ghana for headache pa. But regardless, the thing, Ghanaians were saying, okay, we can't go into this game to collapse and outscore England. But what we can do is to hold on with our position, play a defensive game, be very tactical, be very disciplined. When we get any lead chance, we try to score and also take the enemy or take a possession of the enemy. So that's exactly the game plan. Ghana for boy, it really worked. Now, a whole penalty, crazy tracking across the sports out, many people are reacting, and we could even see the shock with some people in the UK saying that this was a clear penalty. We have one of those instances. Video, Babaka, to us.
Yo! What the fuck? Ben! What the fuck are you doing, Semenyo? Semenyo just cleared off the line.
Hey, what the fuck? VAR.
Semenyo just cleared off the line.
VAR.
Say your fucking shit. Say your shit. Say your shit. Say your shit.
Oh my god, penalty check.
He jumped into that tackle.
Ben! That's a pen!
Fonzo, what the hell are you doing?
That's a pen!
So that was you could see the boys saying that was a clear penalty. But then the England player also, the England coach, is it Thomas Tuchel, and also Ekasai. Yesterday there was something that really happened. Everyone will call for hydration break, though. Realized that there was a confrontation between the coaches and Ghana's coach and even some players of the England team. And then Thomas Tuchel was explaining what really did happen and even this whole penalty crease.
Pushing. And we had, I think, 3 different goal scorers in the first match, and to rely on Harry is just a natural thing because he loves the responsibility and he takes it. He was not involved as much as we would like to, but it was just so narrow. We played basically, our 2 central defenders were responsible for the build-up, and then it was basically a 8 against 10. So it was difficult to find space. The little moments that he had was just unlucky. And the last one, I think the last one is normally a clear goal, and would have gotten us a deserved win. We rely on Harry because we can, because he's our forward, but we don't over rely on him.
So that was a year, meaning that UK for England for MS so much chances are not by. So we are relying so much on Harry Kane. Harry Kane was here, so we rely on him because Harry Kane is our best forward right now, and we have no option, but we don't over rely on him. Ghana though is still making the case for the whole penalty, and that's the penalty red card thing is see so between a Ghana player and a Konsa. The referee once again has said something. We continue with some of the excerpts, of course, during the match.
VAR is still working in the World Cup. We still have VAR. Is working. I have some doubts about that because another penalty that they need give to Ghana, clear penalty. VAR went for a coffee, and it's natural. I would like them also take my coffees once in a while, but it was a clear penalty. Clear penalty, red card. You have any doubts about that? You guys that you saw the game have any doubts about that, or is only me that I was in the game? Sorry for my sarcasm, but if I say this kind of thing serious, they punish me. So I hope you understand that I am joking.
Okay, so that was Ghana's coach. I said he doesn't really want to go into details because FIFA could penalize him. At the end of the day, it is what it is. But then this is it. It'd be CRC. But then share some few excepts, of course. So Nigerian fan was raised by Ghanaians after the tournament. We'll come back with more updates sometime in the day. Thank you so much for watching.
Now